The first thing I noticed was the van. A locksmith's vehicle, parked boldly in my driveway, humming with the promise of intrusion. My chest tightened, stomach sinking into ice. By the door, a man was crouched low, tool in hand, drilling into the lock like he belonged there. And looming over him, grinning as if it were a familiar scene, were my parents. I had purchased the house in secrecy, a private victory, a symbol of independence I had fought years to claim. For as long as I could remember, every step I took was scrutinized, every decision filtered through their approval. They had dictated where I studied, who I spent time with, even the tiniest details of my life. My existence was a series of permissions and restrictions, and freedom had always been a dream I couldn't touch. But this house, this sanctuary, was mine alone. I hadn't told a soul, not them, not anyone. The papers were signed, the moving boxes emptied, the key cold but thrilling in my hand. Their smiles at first seemed genuine. My mother hugged me, suffocating in perfume and feigned affection. My father patted my shoulder with the practiced pride of someone pretending. But their eyes betrayed everything. Ownership slipping through their fingers. I should have expected resistance. At first, it was subtle. A cup misplaced, curtains drawn without explanation, letters tampered with. Paranoia seemed plausible until I saw the mug. One of theirs resting innocently on my counter, cleaned and polished, as if it belonged in my home. That's when I examined the lock. Tiny, almost invisible scratches. They had duplicated my key. That very night, I changed every lock. I didn't scream, didn't confront. Rage is loud. Vengeance is quiet, deliberate, and patient. I began preparing meticulously. Cameras hidden in corners, strategically positioned to capture everything. A file was assembled, detailing dates, times, events, mounting evidence. I immersed myself in laws about trespassing, break-ins, property rights. And I waited, because I knew them. The further I pulled away, the more tightly they would grip. Step 1, documentation. Every movement recorded, every sound captured, every intrusion catalogued with precision. Step 2, bait. I left my daily routine visible, marking long hours at work, an invitation they couldn't resist. Step 3, the trap. A sophisticated lock, near impossible to manipulate without setting off its alarms, carefully installed, accompanied by the number of a police officer I had already briefed on the situation. That Friday, I parked inconspicuously a few blocks away, approaching my home silently. And there it was, the van engines humming, metal biting into the lock. My parents loitered nearby, predator-like. My father's voice cut through the quiet street. We're her parents. We have a right to be here. Every word, every tone recorded. I stepped from the shadows, calm, measured. Actually, I said, voice steady, you have no legal claim here. Their faces shifted. My mother's mask of innocence cracked into raw panic. Sweetheart, we were only concerned. I stopped her, voice firm. No, you were trespassing. I lifted my phone, dialed the officer I'd spoken to, speaking clearly, deliberately, letting them hear everything. The color drained from their faces. Threats fell from my father's lips, but they were hollow. The police arrived swiftly, lights flashing red and blue, turning the street into a stage. Neighbors peeked from behind curtains, whispers of curiosity spreading like wildfire. I handed over the carefully prepared folder. Photos, video recordings, detailed logs of every intrusion. This, I said evenly, is months of harassment. Today they attempted an unlawful entry. The officer's gaze shifted between the evidence and my parents. Sir, ma'am, you need to come with us. My mother crumbled into tears, pleading in desperation. My father's fury boiled, threats spilling in a low, menacing growl. But it didn't matter. The handcuffs clicked into place. For once, the power dynamic had shifted. The locksmith froze, realization dawning that he had been complicit in a crime. I stood barefoot on my own porch, unwavering, unshaken. For the first time, the weight lifted. Years of suffocating control, manipulative love, and constant oversight dissolved into the quiet night. They had believed possession could tether me forever, but freedom cannot be borrowed or stolen. It must be claimed. And as the door clicked behind me, I whispered softly into the emptiness of the house. I am free. The key may have been copied, but the locks, like my life, had been changed.